Do our Rap Party live. We do our Rap Party podcast, but we go live on YouTube.
Yes, we are live right now. You can search the Maney and LauRen morning show and find us there. You can join the conversation. We're going to do our Rap Party live on there as well.
And the Rap Party is going to be awesome. You guys, you have to listen to our Rap Party podcast, which is an additional like 10 or 15 minutes of Maney and LauRen every day, unfiltered. But we are going to play that phone call that LauRen requested earlier this morning.
Y'all, it is so funny.
And crazy.
A girl thought she went on a bad date. She got kidnapped. Like, no lie.
Yeah, we're going to play it and listen to it live together on the Rap Party, wherever you listen to your podcast. Have a great weekend, everybody. The weather's beautiful today. Little rain tomorrow. But hey, your bracket's busted anyway. Get outside.
Ace and TJ are up next. Wait, what?
Somebody commented on the post.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't realize what post it was. Oh,
What happened? You can't say because we're on live.
Yeah, no.
I'll show you later. But in other news, look,
Hey, Facebook Live.
YouTube.
All right, welcome to a Rap Party podcast, everybody. This one is entitled The Bad First Date.
Paid advertising.
Nicole is talking to LauRen off the air, showing her something, and now I want to know about it because LauRen got all excited about a post she saw, but we can't talk about it.
It wasn't exciting. It was shocked. It was shocking.
Before we get to the bad date and the crazy phone call that we're going to listen to together on the Rap Party podcast, did you see this news? Is Blockbuster coming back?
No.
Have you heard about this?
Online?
People are now keeping an eye on Blockbuster after the company's website returned from the dead in recent days.
Okay.
Go visit blockbuster.com right now, LauRen, and tell us what you see when you do that.
Are you going to continue? We are working on rewinding your movie. That's it.
And on the mobile website, it says, be kind while we rewind. The very last Blockbuster store remains in Oregon. There's a documentary about it. But people are speculating that they might be coming back in some way, whether that is on a digital basis.
It's got to be on a digital basis. It has to be. I could see them trying to compete with Netflix.
But remember, everything old is new again. And now that the pandemic is over,
I don't have a VCR or a DVD.
No, but like, would you like to go to a store? You could get a DVD player. You could watch DVDs through your computers and stuff. Do your Macs not have?
My Mac doesn't have it.
Everything's digital.
Yeah.
Then it probably is going to be a digital thing.
Yeah.
But some people were saying, like, in fact, some comments were like, it's could be a new TV show, could be a new streaming service, or
I think
maybe
it's gonna be a streaming service,
or maybe it is going to be online stores where you can digitally download stuff to your home, but you could go shop it and then digitally download it and watch it at your house. Because the idea
more
is
like
that
an Apple TV kind of
get
situation.
popcorn, candy. There's never a lot. Then the worst part about Blockbuster was when you would go there and the movie was gone. Imagine you can go somewhere, see the movie that you want, click download, it goes to your home or whatever, and then while you're there, you can walk around, get popcorn, candy.
Oh, no, I'm not going to a store to download it at the store, then having to go home and watch it again. No,
Well, you're
I
not
want
going to watch it in the store.
No, I understand that, but I'm not going to the store.
It was just one person's idea of what it could be, and I thought that was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if that is, it could be that.
That's kind of cool.
We had a block. How close is the Blockbuster to your house?
In Boca, I could walk there.
Mm-hmm. Did you?
We used to. Well, we would ride our bikes because there was an Einstein's right next door. So we would like go return our movies from the night before and go to Einstein's
And get a bagel.
Yeah.
Or a sandwich. Ours was in a town over, but we had a mom and pop video store, not DVD, like a video store called Video Express.
Yeah.
And boy, was that the shit. Video Express was awesome. You walked in, all the movies were there. What do you want to watch? This is in the 80s. Trying to think of good, like, there's no Home Alone at this point. So, like, I don't know. Just, there was a lot of funny comedy, like any John Hughes movie.
Yeah.
16 Candles.
Yeah.
Weird Science. They were all there. Top Gun. The first Top Gun on video. I remember the giant Top Gun poster in the video store. And, of course, if you walk straight into the back, that's where the adult area was.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember the amazing story of why there was 2 competing cassettes in the early 80s? VHS, the one that we're familiar with.
Yeah, and then...
what was the other one called?
Oh, I don't know, but we had that machine when I was little.
The cassettes were smaller. They were like the size of your iPhones.
Maybe. Oh, no, maybe. And then I think if you wanted to watch it on your VHS, you had to put it into like a VHS thing. And it was like the smaller one went into the bigger one, right? Yeah.
It's called Betamax.
Betamax. Yep, that's it.
And
we had one of those like TV. Yeah, it was like all together.
Yeah, and you see, hold on, I'm showing LauRen a picture to show you the size difference. The VHS is in the front, and I'll show the video for people on YouTube. And then the Betamax is smaller.
Yeah.
The reason why VHS
and video cameras took Betamax, and then you would have to put them into the little thing to put it in.
So video cameras and VHS became the thing because the porn industry. I saw this on a Netflix documentary about the 80s.
Okay.
The porn industry decided to use VHS instead of Betamax.
Really?
For their films.
And that's why everything switched over.
I'm telling you, the documentary, I believe it's on Netflix. It's like We Are the 80s or something, and they were talking about the VHS and the Betamax, and the guy goes, the reason why VHS was in our homes was because porn decided to go there.
I don't think you're wrong. I feel like that was in a movie recently, too.
Maybe.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah. She's right. It's the Pamela Tommy Lee
oh, they say that too?
Series, yeah. Uh-huh.
So that's interesting. Anyway, we'll keep our eyes open for Blockbuster. Now, today on the show, LauRen found an article, the worst first dates that people had.
Yes.
And the one that you read that stood out to me was the one about Ted Bundy, the serial killer.
Yeah, she got taken to where Ted Bundy, hid the bodies on their first date. And that, to me, is a no-no. Like, I'm going to be a victim. You're going to murder me here. That's what's going through my mind.
Regardless of how into crime podcast you are, that ain't your scene.
Yeah, I don't want to be the star of a podcast. I want to listen to it.
Well, we took some phone calls. One woman said that the guy touched her hair and said, don't cut your hair, but if you do, can I have it? Another woman was taken to the guy's MRI on a first date, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then we talked about this amazing call that we got years ago when we said, why did you say no to a second date? Now, our good friend Roy is going to be on this. This is from 2017. We're going to listen to it together in shock, as we were the first time we heard it. Listen to this.
Hi, guys. Well, I went on a date a couple of years ago, and it was a guy who went to the same school as me, and he was kind of weird, but, he's cute, so I was like, why not, right? So he picked me up, and we were driving around for, 20 minutes, and I'm like, so are we going to get dinner? He was like, I guess, what do you want? I was like, I don't know, I'm fine with, cookout or something, so, we go to cookout.
Yeah, driving around for 20 minutes, and now they're going to cookout.
Yeah.
Sounds okay so far. Not great.
Yeah.
But okay. That's Roy's favorite spot.
Hey,
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
He got me a milkshake. I'm all happy. And then, about a half mile up the road, he pulls over. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird, in an abandoned parking lot.
Oh.
So he gets out of the car. He comes over to the passenger side door. And he, takes my seatbelt off, picks me up, and puts me in the trunk of his car.
Okay. Just so we're all clear. And we all heard the same thing. I'm going to rewind a little bit just so that we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
My seatbelt off, picks me up, and puts me in the trunk of his car.
What?
Yeah. So then he closes the trunk and just starts driving. And I'm like...
Just starts driving, puts her in the trunk.
Closes the trunk. And now she's driving.
At least he didn't tie her up.
Fighting. You're not...
Are you freaking out at this point?
I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay. So then I'm, trying to have a conversation with him. I'm like, so, what are we doing? And he just, didn't say anything. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. And
he put you in the trunk of the car, and you decided to have a conversation with him?
I was trying to get an insight as to what was going on.
It's called kidnapping.
I don't know. You know what? I mean, it could be on some level, it could be some 50 Shades of Grey stuff.
No.
I was trying to, keep an open mind as to what was going on. And
She's trying to keep an open mind to what's going on, y'all.
Girl, is this your first date ever? This is not how it's supposed to go.
He has her in the trunk.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear more.
And then, about 2 hours later, he dropped me off at my house.
2 hours later.
Oh, you had the same response live on the air, too. You're still shocked even
Still
5, 6
shocked.
years later. And listen to, by the way, how casual she is telling the story.
I was trying to, keep an open mind as to what was going on. And then, about 2 hours later, he dropped me off at my house. And,
2 hours?
My phone was at the front of the car, in the passenger seat. So I didn't have my phone. I couldn't call anybody. I couldn't do anything. So he dropped me off, and he never got a second date, and he tried calling me after that.
What
He
was
tried
his
following
reasoning
up?
for putting you in the trunk?
To this day, I have no clue.
And just drove you around?
Maybe Danny was doing something that we just read. Maybe she was mispronunciating words, and he got annoyed at that.
I mean,
No.
wouldn't you have called the police?
She didn't have her cell phone. It
But
was in the front of the car.
afterwards,
oh, I
wouldn't you
totally
report
would
it?
have.
It was scary.
Now, hold on. I'm stopping the call.
Okay.
Roy's saying, wouldn't you call the police? You definitely call the cops if he doesn't take you back to your house, but he took her back to her house.
No, you still call the police.
But
That's weird.
I know, I get it, but I think that's what messed up her mind is if he kidnapped me in the back of the car and then took me to a warehouse or took me to someplace else that wasn't my house.
Yeah, but let's think about this for a second, because was he going to kidnap her and really murder her?
No.
Do something awful and then chicken shit it out
No.
and took her back?
No, he's just crazy and tried to make a funny first date. She's not really explaining his state of mind.
She sounded like she was trying to be open-minded.
All right, here.
Scary. I didn't know what to do. I went to my friend's house, told her what happened, and she was like, please tell me you're never going to see him again. I'm like, that's not even a question.
Why is everyone in your group acting like it was just a bad date? You were kidnapped. You're retelling the story to your girlfriends. They're like, oh, yeah, that sounds awful. Don't date him again. Yeah, I'm like, you need therapy.
Oh,
you were just
seriously.
kidnapped by a man.
She probably thought he was being cute at first. You're picking me up to take me somewhere adorable, and then all of a sudden you drop me in a trunk. The door slams.
Yeah, I was trying to, keep an open mind about it. And then the door slammed, he starts driving, and I'm like, oh, my goodness, this is not happening.
I just like that she was having a conversation with him, okay, so we're going to Fahrenheit? Table for 2 What?
All right, just to entertain myself, I'll just guess what street we're on. I think we're at the traffic light on South Boulevard in Tryon.
Yeah.
By the way,
she's back there. I mean, should I take my clothes off? I mean, what are we doing?
Christian Grey. See, can you look up the legit definition of kidnapping? Because she went with him not against her will. Him throwing her in the trunk isn't necessarily the kidnapping. You see what I'm saying? It's fucking weird, don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's necessarily kidnapping.
It's taking somebody and holding them captive.
Oh, yes, Ryan.
The act of abducting someone and holding them captive. He
I guess
abducted
that,
her.
Yeah, and he
kept her captive
he kept
for 2
her
hours.
captive for 2 hours in the trunk. You're right.
That's you have to still call the police, Maney. That's like saying I got held against my will for 2 days, but he let me go. So should I not call the police?
No.
Yes, you should 100% call the police
100.
because he's gonna do that shit to somebody else too.
You think that's his move?
Yeah. If he hasn't murdered somebody,
What would you have done? Would you have beaten the shit out of him and then called the cops?
I would have kicked the taillight out and stuck my hand out and waved somebody down.
By the way, she didn't fight him off when he took her and put her in the trunk. You wouldn't have even allowed that. Once he went to pick you up, you probably would have been like, fuck you doing?
No, but that's what I said. She probably thought he was being cute, to pick her up and carry her. He
To,
didn't
a
say
picnic
anything.
area?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden she gets dropped in a damn trunk.
She had to be
she's
scared for her life, dude, but she didn't seem like it.
I would have been terrified. I would have called him every name under the sun, and if he didn't want to kill me before he put me in the trunk, he would by the time we were done.
Anyway, we wanted you to hear that call. By the way, she said no date, no second date after that.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's a Wrap Party Podcast. Enjoy, everybody. Bye.